Good morning, this is Jamie Lloyd from Russian Kettlebells UK. I have Phil Richards from Enhancing Life's Journey. This guy is phenomenal. He has incredible knowledge on health and nutrition and strength and conditioning, probably over 25 years of experience, and he's learned from some of the top coaches in the world. And he's right here today in front of me. What I'm going to do is going to explain briefly what he's done for me over the last 4 weeks. He's basically increased my energy levels, improved my eczema. I used to suffer with eczema for the last 18 to 20 years, and my elbows and my hair is gradually going. And from his supplement protocol and his nutritional protocol, I've increased my energy levels, and I've even lost 5 kilograms. And the road hasn't stopped yet. Okay, Phil. So I get a lot of questions every day from the general public, even athletes. I just wanted to know, what is the best form of exercise for getting rapid fat loss?
I'd probably say, depending on the athlete, you have to combine strength training with aerobic training. It's a fallacy today to say that, do not do any aerobic training if you don't want fat loss, So my idea would be probably 3 all-over weight sessions a week, which would be very intense, coupled with probably about 2 to 3 40 to 50 minute long runs, just to oxygenate the body and calm the nervous system down.
Phil, I get a lot of people ask me every day, which is the best diet to follow, which is the best magic pill to take. Which would you suggest? Which diet is best to follow if you want to detoxify your body, lose weight and still have that ripped, lean muscle mass?
Okay, the most important thing for reclaiming your health is undoubtedly eliminating dairy from your diet and minimizing meat. That's, those are the first 2 protocols. Then drinking at least 3 to 5 liters of alkalized, ionized water a day, and obviously then copious amounts of vegetables, preferably in a raw state as you can, with maybe 2 or 3 sort of fruits mixed in with that as well. But trust me, get rid of the meat, get rid of the dairy, and you will reclaim your health and get in phenomenal shape.
Cool. Okay, most people generally have this general concept of eating just 5 pieces of fruit and veg a day and drinking 2 liters of water is enough. Do you think this is true, Phil?
I think with the water intake, I think you're much better off putting things in the water like green drinks, the wheatgrass, the barley grass, alfalfa grass, etc. This will, it's like drinking liquid protein, which the body likes. It's loaded with amino acids. So the 2 to 3 servings of fruit a day is a bit of a fallacy, because let's face it, most people don't do that. So I would tend to try to drink your nutrition as well, and especially try to get fruits like papaya and pineapple, because the enzymes contained in those help to break down the trophoblast cancer cells. Okay, so those 2 fruits in particular, I would make sure is in my nutritional plan at least 3 to 5 times a week.
Okay, why is sleep an important role for someone who wants to lose weight?
Okay, if you don't get the sleep right, then you don't produce the growth hormone. It's as simple as that. If you're waking up 2 or 3 times a night, you're going to have, you become very resistant to insulin, okay? So you produce, your body will have a tendency to store more fat, especially around the midsection. When you get deep sleep, you produce a lot of growth hormone, which is a great fat burner. I also recommend that if you have the luxury of trying to get afternoon sleep in for 45 minutes, that's also highly beneficial.
I think I need some of that.
You produce the most growth hormone in the first 45 minutes of sleep.
Okay, what are the 3 dangers that people face when joining slimming clubs?
Okay, that's just a complete and utter waste of time. First of all, the people who run the slimming clubs have got about as much education on weight loss, as just a donut basically. I mean, those people are so dangerous that they have no right to be in charge of people's health. Then you go on calorie restriction. It's all based on calories. Tell me, if I put you on a calorie diet which contains 3,000 calories from broccoli or 3,000 calories from donuts, what's going to have the biggest effect? Okay, the answer is obvious, but it tells you straight away that calorie counting is a complete and utter waste of time, just like those slimming clubs. They should be outlawed.
Why shouldn't we eat dairy products or products containing milk?
Okay, the milk, as we know, has disastrous effects on the human organism. Breast milk, no. If milk is taken in its natural state, maybe occasionally, you do get the raw food advocates who will consume some cow's milk in a raw state, but cow's milk contains 300% more casein than human milk. Okay, and if you read the China study, you will find that is devastating to health. Casein was proved time and time again that it promotes cancer in the human organism. It causes an enormous amount of mucus. You should not be drinking that, okay, and you should not be giving it to your children.
Okay, Phil, what is your view on taking protein shakes to supplement your diet?
Okay, the only protein shakes I now advocate after 25 years of prescribing whey and casein is rice, pea and hemp proteins. The vegetable proteins are enormous in their amino acids and have a very beneficial effect on the human organism, whereas the whey and casein proteins have highly detrimental effects on the human organism. So taking those products straight after training, when you're already in a very catabolic state, is not the best thing to do. You need things that's going to regenerate you and not degenerate you.
Okay, Phil, I get a lot of people coming to me who want to train for a 10K or even for marathons, and they just seem to think that running is the only way for fat loss. What is your opinion on this?
You know, I train a world champion triathlete and a guy who will be running at the next Olympics as a steeplechaser. We've had phenomenal results by improving their strength levels. You know, if you get stronger, you will run far more effectively. So you have to get the combination right. As I said, if you get stronger, when you run, it's a lot easier to overcome the next step. You give me two marathon runners of equal ability, the stronger one will always win, okay? You know, you have to develop strength, because strength is the foundation of athleticism, irrelevant of what the sport is.
Okay, Phil, I have to throw this one in. What do you think of kettlebells as a training tool?
I think the kettlebell is a great training tool, you know, and that's what it is. It's a part of a jigsaw puzzle. You know, when I was in rugby, I brought kettlebells into the training program about 9 years ago, you know, and I think it's great. The best thing with kettlebells is for work capacity. If I was to develop, you know, if I wanted to develop power in an athlete, I would not use kettlebells unless I was throwing them like a medicine ball. You know, that's when it can come in really productive, you know, but you know, if I wanted to get someone quite lean, I definitely have the kettlebells as part of the program.
Awesome. Okay, lastly, what are your top 5 supplements to take if someone wants to reclaim your health?
Okay, number 1 is the alkalizing salts, or sodium bicarbonate. You know, the quicker you alkalize the body, the quicker you get lean. You eliminate acids from fat cells, plus you become more oxygenated. Number 2 would be magnesium oil, which you basically rub into your skin or you can put into the bath. Magnesium opens up the cell to insulin, okay? We are very insulin resistant in today's society, so the more magnesium that you can get into your system, the more sensitive you become to insulin, and also the more energy that you have. Number 3 would probably be the grasses, like the wheatgrass, barley grass, etc. Drink the grasses with the ionized water, flush the system, you know, because that's also aiding in alkalinity. Number 4 would be vitamin D, okay, sunshine or vitamin D, because we've also proven as well that vitamin D also enhances insulin sensitivity, plus reducing breast cancer by around 72% and colon cancer. So it's a magnificent nutrient and it's free. Number 5, I'd probably go for iodine stroke selenium. Okay, you have to always take those two combined. When you take them combined, they not only do they stimulate toxins out of the body, especially the bromides, chlorine and fluoride, and they're also a great mercury detoxer, but from a weight loss point of view, they stimulate the thyroid, which is, in today's society, gets hammered through the amount of crap we drink during the drinking water, which destroys the thyroid. But when you take the selenium and the thyroid together, you will also, the side effect is enhanced metabolism, which equals weight loss.
Okay, thanks Phil, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay, if you want any other information on Phil's supplements and conditioning programs, then go to enhancinglifesjourney.com. If you're interested in any of my kettlebell concepts courses, then go to RussianKettlebellsUK.com. Thanks a lot.